Hi, my name is Madison S. with MyPracticeTestPrep.com, and this is the second video in the three-part free video training series, Secrets to Passing the CLEP, the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the psychology CLEP exam guaranteed. Now, for those of you just joining us, in the last video we covered what is the CLEP and why you should take it. In this video, we're going to cover what's on the psychology CLEP exam and where to find the best free study guides. And then in the last video, we're going to cover secrets to passing the psychology CLEP and where to find the best free practice tests. Now, feel free to watch all three or skip around as needed. So with that out the way, let's go ahead and get started on the second video so you can discover the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the psychology CLEP exam in order to help you graduate faster with less student debt and jumpstart your career. Now, by the end of this three-part free video training series, you'll learn what is the CLEP and why you should take it, what to expect on the CLEP psychology exam, past test takers' exam-specific feedback, where to find the best psychology CLEP study guides, where to find the best psychology CLEP practice tests, what's a passing CLEP score, my other secret tips and tricks, and finally, my fast and easy 3-step secret to passing the psychology CLEP exam guaranteed. Now, we have a lot of information to cover in a short amount of time, so I have to talk really fast, but you can always re-watch this video or read the unabridged version on my website at bit.ly/CLEP psychology. Now, that is case sensitive, so please be sure to use all lowercase. Again, that was bit.ly/CLEP psychology. So with the formalities out the way, let's go ahead and get started with the training. Now, before I show you the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the CLEP exam, to be completely transparent, I just want to tell you that the official CLEP study recommendation can always be found on their website at clep.collegeboard.com. So I just want to make it perfectly clear that what I'm about to tell you is the unofficial CLEP study guide that will show you how to shortcut all the fluff that I promise you'll find on the College Board website and only focus on the key points needed to pass the CLEP exam. Because your goal is to test out of these required general and introductory level courses that your college makes you take as fast and easy as possible so you can get to the classes that are really important for your degree and your career while saving a whole bunch of time and money at the same time. And let me just say something to my critics right now, because I respect the whole liberal arts educational model and think these classes are important to any quote-unquote well-rounded college graduate. But I just don't believe I should have to do 16 weeks worth of busy work and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars in college tuition to prove what I already know, or at least can study for in a few short weeks. And I believe that the independent study model offers just as much value to a person's education as a traditional brick and mortar classroom because, number one, it teaches you how to be an independent learner, which is important to any college graduate. Number two, testing out of general and introductory level courses frees your schedule to explore other courses of interest or more advanced courses in your degree. 3, it allows students to graduate faster, or on time for that matter, so you can jumpstart your career and begin your real world learning. And last, but certainly not least, my favorite, it allows students to save tens of thousands of dollars in college tuition and student loan debt. Heck, with the money saved, you can buy yourself a library if you're that motivated to learn. Now, if I'm preaching to the choir, I apologize. I had to waste your time with that rant. But there are a lot of days that criticize me for spreading a message that can really help a lot of college students for the reasons I just listed. So I just want to set the record straight. I believe education is important, but I do not believe in a one-size-fits-all educational model. And the CLEP exam can help students do just that. So with that being said, now let's get started. About the CLEP psychology exam. Most students say the introductory psychology CLEP test is a fairly easy exam to pass. Although many past test takers admit you probably couldn't pass the exam cold without a basic understanding of psychology concepts and terminology. But with the best psychology CLEP study guides and the best psychology CLEP practice tests, with just a few short weeks of studying, you'll be able to test out of your psychology college course. And many students also credit the CLEP test as one of the best ways to pay for college tuition. And given that the cost of the CLEP test is less than the cost of your psychology college textbook for the course, and that you spend a fraction of the time studying than you would in a traditional 16-week psychology course, it's a cognizant fact chuckle, chuckle, that CLEPing out of college classes will save you both money in college tuition and time in the classroom. What topics are covered on a psychology CLEP test? The psychology CLEP exam covers a wide range of material that is normally taught in a first semester Introduction to Psychology undergrad course. Please note you are not required to have a highly specialized knowledge in order to take or pass the psychology CLEP test, but you are expected to have a basic knowledge of psychology terminology, principles, and theories. And you should also be able to analyze problems and apply knowledge to a new situation. So this isn't just a plain memorization test. You also need to apply it to the problem given. Now, I usually tell people that CLEP exams are designed to be self-study, and even someone with limited or no prior knowledge at all can pass the exam with just a few short weeks and sometimes even days of studying. And that's no joke, folks, because I've done it before. Now, of course, I'll show you how to do that in the next section. So for the CLEP Psychology CLEP test, you will have 90 minutes to answer 95 multiple choice questions covering 13 psychology subtopics, including history, approaches, and methods of psychology, biological basis of behavior, sensation and perception, states of consciousness, learning, cognition, motivation and emotions, developmental psychology, personality, psychological disorders, treatment of disorders, sociology, social psychology, and statistics, tests, and measurement. Psychology CLEP test secrets. The key to this exam is preparation. Now, while I wouldn't advise taking the exam cold, it is a very straightforward and easy exam to pass. The exam tests a very basic understanding of how well you know psychology theories, terms, and concepts. So your memorization skills will play a huge role in how long you have to study and the ease of the exam. Now, memorization plays right back into psychology because this is where you usually learn memorization techniques like mnemonic devices and others. So use the memorization skills you learn in your psychology studies to help improve your psychology CLEP test score. The second key to this exam is process of elimination. This exam goes wide and not deep, meaning you have to know a little information about a lot of different topics. And so you're not expected to know it all. But do your best and make an educated guess on the rest using process of elimination. This technique usually works best if you can eliminate your choices down to 2 or 3 possible answers, and so that way you at least have a 50-50 chance of guessing correctly. Going along with that, most students also report that the hardest part of the psychology CLEP test was knowing the brain and nervous system terminology. And sometimes you might even feel like you're taking an anatomy test. But again, it's not going to be a lot of questions, maybe 2 or 3, and so you're just going to have to know a broad overview of it, and then you can use process of elimination on guessing. Testing out is easier than you think. Now, I know all this information may seem overwhelming at first, and you may think that it's just easier to take the course at your college instead. But trust me, just trust me for right now. Just use the Psychology CLEP study guides and the Psychology CLEP practice test provided in this video series, and testing out of your college class will be easier than you think. Not to mention a great way to help you pay for college and earn your degree faster. How do I study for the CLEP psychology test? To study for the CLEP exam, the College Boards, that's the makers of the CLEP test, recommends you read several 800-plus page college psychology textbooks. Now, I know some of you are psychology majors and sociology majors, and I'm sure you don't even want to do that, let alone somebody who's not even majoring in the course. So no wonder that's a daunting task for the most studious, even the most studious overachiever. And so wonder so many students believe the myth, it's a myth right now, that testing out a college class is actually harder than just taking the damn course. Now, trust me, I know right now you're thinking this is a lot of information and it's actually harder, but just follow this video series and we'll talk about how the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the exam, and we're going to dispel that myth by the end of this video. CLEP psychology questions by topic. Now, in the next few slides, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the likely questions you're going to find on a psychology CLEP exam. Now, I have to go really fast because I'm starting to run short on time, but you can see a more detailed explanation on my website at bit.ly/CLEP psychology. Now remember, there's 13 psychology subtopics on the exam, and you can see them here as we go through them in the next few slides. But as you can see, this exam goes wide and not deep, so you're only going to have maybe 2 to 4 questions on each of these subtopics. And so as you can see, for example, for the psychology disorders, you're going to have 8 to 9 questions on that particular subtopic, but I give you 8 examples of them right here. So if I was to study for the exam, I would take, okay, here's the 8 that I'm likely to encounter, And so I would just know a brief high level overview of what are some affective disorders, what are some anxiety disorders, what are some dissociative disorders, etc. So again, the exam goes wide and not deep, and you're only going to have maybe 2 to 4 questions on each of these mini topics, I call them. So I'm going to go really quick through this. But again, you can see a more detailed explanation on my website at bit.ly/CLEP psychology. Now I'm going to take a minute right now just to kind of pause, because I know probably at first glance that seems really scary, especially if you're just starting out in your study. And so I don't want you to be scared right now, because the truth is, CLEP tests were designed to be self-study for any student with the motivation and desire to pass the CLEP exam. So that's why I put together the fastest and easiest way to help you prepare and pass the psychology CLEP test. And we're going to go through the study guide in this video, and then we're going to go through some practice tests in the next video. InstantCert CLEP study guides. Now, if you're just starting your studying, I always recommend students use the InstantCert CLEP study guides, because it is the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the intro psychology CLEP test. Now, I personally use InstantCert on my CLEP and Dante's exam because it was like having your college professor's private classroom notes to help you study for the final exam. So it doesn't get any easier than that. Now look, folks, there's a lot of information out there that can help you prepare for the CLEP test, and I'm going to give you some free resources shortly. But trust me, using a premium service like InstantCert is the fastest and easiest way to prepare and pass the intro psychology CLEP test, guaranteed, hands down, no questions asked. Because there's no prior knowledge or background required. You do not have to read hundreds of pages of fluff like the College Board recommended, or spend hours researching the internet, because InstantCert will give you a solid foundational knowledge necessary to pass the CLEP exam. By spoon-feeding you only the main points through their interactive learning format, they are able to keep your mind engaged in processing the information, so you're able to prepare and pass the psychology CLEP test in a matter of days, not weeks. And thousands of successful past test takers will agree that InstantCert was not only their secret weapon to passing their psychology CLEP test, but it was also their only study guide needed. Now, I don't have time to give a full InstantCert review on this video, but if you want a more detailed explanation, you can check out my video review at bit.ly/IC review. And as a special bonus, I've secured you a $5 discount off your first month membership just for giving them a try. You just need to use discount code 3014-2. Again, you can see that review video at bit.ly/IC review. Free psychology CLEP study guides. Now, after you reviewed a premium psychology CLEP study guide service like InstantCert, free online preparation resources serve as a great supplement, bold underline, and I'll explain more why later, to your studies. Now, InstantCert will give you a solid foundational knowledge necessary to help you pass the CLEP, but supplemental reading will give you that extra confidence boost to help you improve your psychology CLEP score. Now, with that being said, I couldn't find a good, free, specific, and in-depth CLEP psychology study guide. The stuff I found, definitely wasn't worth even recommending to you, because it wasn't good, wasn't free, wasn't specific or in-depth enough to even be worthwhile. So what I did was I took the syllabus of a typical psychology undergrad course, which is what the exam is based on, by the way. And then I took the syllabus of the CLEP psychology exam, and then I went out and I spent hours and hours researching the internet for some free web resources to help give you some of that detailed explanation of what you're likely to find on the CLEP exam. And I'm willing to give it all away for free, no catch or strings attached. You just want to go to my website at bit.ly/CLEP psychology. And about halfway down the page, you're going to see a 3-step sign-up form to download my free Secrets to Passing the CLEP, Psychology CLEP Study Guide, and Practice Test. Warning. Now, we'll give you a word of caution that it's a lot of information that's not as neatly organized as InstantCert. So you might get scared off at first. But please, please, please don't. Because I do not want you to think your way out of taking this exam because you believe the myth that testing out of college is harder than just taking the course, because it's not. Remember, you don't need to know everything to pass, and that's where InstantCert kind of comes in to help take off some of that anxiety. This supplement is just a way to help give you some of that more detailed explanation if you really want some of that extra confidence boost. That's why I do not recommend using it without InstantCert because it's like information overload. If it doesn't scare you off from taking the CLEP in the first place, it'll cause you to go into the exam with your head ready to explode. So please use it as a supplement, bold, underlined, to InstantCert only, not a replacement. Because remember, InstantCert will help you skip the fluff and spoon feed you only the main points needed to pass the CLEP exam. The other stuff is optional if you want that extra confidence boost. For more information, you can watch my InstantCert review at bit.ly/IC review. And remember, as a special bonus, I secured you a $5 discount just for giving them a try. Just use InstantCert discount code 3014 too. Well, this concludes the end of this video. And I just want to say good luck, fellow CLEP test takers. Now remember, this is a 3-part free video training series, and I want to encourage you to watch all 3 videos because that's where you're going to get the most benefit. Because by the end of this series, I would have told you everything I know to help you prepare and pass the Introductory Psychology CLEP exam. Now the rest is up to you. So in the words of our good friend Larry the Cable Guy, go get her done. My name is Madison S. with MyPracticeTestPrep.com. What to do next? If you haven't done so already, you're going to want to watch all 3 free training videos to secrets to passing the CLEP psychology exam. And you can find any one of those videos at bit.ly/CLEP psychology 1, 2, or 3. Now remember that is case sensitive, so please be sure to use all lowercase. In video part 1, we're going to cover what is the CLEP exam. In video part 2, we're going to cover CLEP study guides. And then in video part 3, we're going to cover CLEP practice tests. You can skip around or watch all 3 as needed, but I do encourage you to watch them all, and that is going to guarantee that you can prepare and pass the psychology CLEP exam in the shortest amount of time. In addition, you're going to want to write down the links on this screen because these are the links mentioned throughout the video training series that's going to help you pass the exam. Step 1, you're going to want to download my free Secrets to Passing the CLEP Psychology at bit.ly/CLEP Psychology. Step 2, you're going to want to watch my InstantCert CLEP Study Guide review at bit.ly/IC review. And remember, as a special bonus, I secured you a discount code where you can get $5 off your first month membership just for giving them a try. You just want to use InstantCert discount code 3014 too. And last, when you're ready to take some practice tests, you can find them at amzn.to/CLEPbook or another one at amzn.to/RIA-Psychology. Also, if you liked this video and you thought it was really helpful, please be sure to comment, rate, share, and subscribe to this page or video. Because that's what tells Google and YouTube that this is a really good video that can help other students learn how to pay for college by testing out of college. So by spreading the message to your family and friends, you help keep this content free for all. Bonus, more great ways to pay for college. Look folks, I am out of time on this video, so please be sure to pause the video, write down the links, and go visit them immediately. Because I give you more great ways to help you find money to pay for college. Through traditional financial aid, scholarships, who can turn down free money, our good old friend student loans, and college coupons and deals that you won't be able to resist. Featured sponsor. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and also like to thank the sponsors of this video that help keep this content free for you. The featured sponsor of this video is Prosper, America's leading social lending marketplace. I chose them after hearing an interesting news program on NPR a while back, where Prosper Marketplace was a way to connect people who wanted to invest money with people who wanted to borrow money. So basically, instead of going to a big corporate bank for your personal loan, you could post your loan request on Prosper and watch as dozens of members invest together to get you the money you need. Or you could be one of those investors yourself. And this is all done in a safe social lending marketplace. It's an innovative concept where people invest, borrow, and prosper. Please be sure to visit our sponsor at bit.ly/prosperlending. Again, that was bit.ly/prosperlending. And tell them Madison sent you. Well, that's it from me. Peace and love to all.